Hello traders and welcome back to Smart Money Insight. My name is Rain and today we're diving into an opportunity that not just worth talking about but the one that might be worth your portfolio attention, and this is ULTA Beauty. Now, let me set the stage for you. This stock recently faced a hefty correction, plummeting by around 45%, but guess what? Today, it is showing signs of recovery. And here is where it gets even more exciting. As you know that holiday season is coming, so if there is one thing we know that the beauty products are in high demand this time of year. So be the perfect lipstick for holiday parties or skincare gift sets, they simply fly off the shelves. So this ULTA is planning to tap into this seasonal shopping frenzy in full force. So this could be a perfect moment to ride the wave of the momentum and explore the potential of 8% upside or even more. So let's dig deeper and uncover whether this ULTA stocks truly matches the beauty of its sales performance. Now, let's take a look into what makes this ULTA Beauty a standout player in the retail world and why it is a stock worth keeping on your radar. First is their Ultimate Rewards loyalty program. Well, ULTA Ultimate Rewards program is one of the best in the industry with millions of active members today. So I would say that it is not just about the points or the discounts, but this program creates repeat customers by rewarding loyalty. And also that all the data ULTA collects from these loyal shoppers, this allows them to craft highly effective and targeted marketing campaigns. That's going to be making a win-win situations here. Happier customers and higher sales. Now, ULTA also has a very strong leadership and strategic visions. So they really know how to make the right moves. So they've consistently delivered growth and profitability by focusing on the long game while staying agile in a fast-changing retail landscape. And I would say that this combination of strong governance and forward-thinking approach keeps the company ahead of the competitions. We also learned that the beauty and personal care market is on upward trajectory, and this is fueled by increasing consumer spending and interest in wellness and self-care. And I would say that ULTA is perfectly positioned themselves to ride this wave with their ever-expanding product lineup tailored to these demands. So I would say their growth potential looks stronger than ever. So what's the takeaway here? Well, I would say that ULTA Beauty is firing on all the cylinders. We're talking about the strong financials, a diverse and in-demand product offerings, a booming e-commerce channels, a widely successful loyalty programs, and a leadership that knows how to stay ahead of the game. So adding the tailwinds of a booming industry, I would say it's clear why ULTA is a stock worth watching. Now, let's take a look at its price analysis. Well, judging the overall trend of this stock, the ULTA, we can see or refer by its this broad upward channel, the black color, as this indicates a long-term growth, which easily we can see that in the long run, the stock is still in the uptrending mode. However, somewhere in 2023, we noticed that the stock is experiencing a significant volatility and causing the stock to plunge. So there's a big corrections from here to this point, about 45% down. Alright, however, if you look from the longer horizon here, we realize that, well, the stock is somewhere at the bottom here. There's still a lot of opportunity when the recovery happens. So imagine that if the stock successfully recovers, then, well, we are riding on the big profits here. the stock right now is in the somewhere at the bottom of this the upward channel. All right, now let's take a look closer on the price, where the price is sitting at today. Well, the price is sitting at the $386, and judging from its historical support, I would say that, well, this is going to be a very good support. This is the line where I would say a lot of buyers will be ready to step in when there's a pull down of this stock. So this is at around $350 level. However, if the price and this stock seems like has been successfully crossed over this line, it's going to jump and test this resistance level, which is around $420. Well, if the positive momentum is getting stronger, probably it's going to test the next resistance level, which is around this 440. But for now, our focus is going to be on these two lines, the resistance and the support level over here. Now, there's one interesting point also that I would like to highlight, and to bring that point up, I need to use the Fibonacci here, all right? And let me pull the Fibonacci line back to a longer historical time here, all right? Now, one thing interesting that if you notice here, there is one key price level that has consistently acted as a strong support for this stock over a long period. And this line, when you refer to the y-axis, this is somewhere around the $377, all right? So let me write down for you here, 377, all right? And let me mark it with a long horizontal line, all right? This line, and maybe I will put a color, red color here, all right? Now, as you can see, before or somewhere around 2019, it has been acting as the resistance line, all right? And then once it crosses above this line, it has been acting as a very, very good support level. Whenever that the price is touching this line, there are always upward forces to make the price rebound from this line. So it's a very, very good support level, I would say. All right. Now, I also kind of like this drawing, the Fibonacci, because it's clearly touching almost all the points here. Many points really touch the line. So this is why I have a very strong confidence with this Fibonacci line. All right. Well, so I would say that this is a very good formation of Fibonacci, right? Now, currently I would say that the stock seems about to go and test the next resistance level somewhere around this, which is about 410. Let me write down for you. 410, all right? And this line is 377, all right? And right now, we would like to examine how likely that the stock will test this resistance line, all right, or even more beyond this 410 level. And I would say that this aligns quite well with the sentiment analysis observed in the option markets. Now, let's take a look at the volatility smile chart to understand the sentiment and to gauge whether or not that how likely the price will test this 410 level or go beyond this price level. Well, let me first explain about how to read this volatility chart. Well, the y-axis represents the level of the implied volatility, the x-axis represents the strike price, and then the bottom here represents the volume of the transactions. Then we have the blue dot represents the put and the red dot represents the call options. Well, if you can see here, there's a big and massive volume for put at the price of, I would say, 377. So this is actually to confirm the support level that we saw earlier in the Fibonacci drawing, that the level of $377 was indeed a long-term support for these ULTA stocks. So this is not coincidence, but I would say this is indication that this high, massive, from this put volume around $377 is acting as a form of insurance that traders are trying to hedge against the risk of the sharp declines. At the same time, if you can see, there is this low level relatively of its implied volatility, which can be seen as the bullish signals. So together, the combination of low level of the implied volatility together with the massive volume around the $377, well, this indicates the market tolerance or giving the confidence for the traders to hold or to keep their stocks at least at this price level. Well, another way to look at this, if you notice that around the price from, well, 306.86 towards this $420, the implied volatility of the call options, as indicated by the red dot here, displayed an elevated level, which usually means that the traders are willing to bet that the price will go up to at least $420 level here. So it's important to note also that barring any significant macroeconomic events, that the current signs strongly points that the sentiment is heading towards $420 level in the near future, which is, I would say, easily crossing the current resistance levels of $412. Well, this bullish sentiment, I would say, is supported by the indication of the potential incoming smart money also. And to analyze that, I will use my proprietary system called TradersGPS. Well, we understand about why identifying smart money entry is so important. Well, because that it's very often drive the price higher with relatively lower risk. Now let's take a look on how we could activate this TraderGPS system and how we identify the smart money opportunity. Well, take a look at this page. To activate the TraderGPS, we can just with a simple click of button, and the system will help us to evaluate, to calculate, and will tell you where the opportunity is. Well, our job is just try to identify this green arrow facing upward, because this is telling you where the smart money potentially come into the stock. So if we start with the first one, let's say we kickstart with this price level about $400, and to the peak here about, I would say, 495. Well, I would say that if you successfully join or ride on this surge, all right, so you can potentially profit, well, about 16%. And the same thing here, if you can successfully join the ride and the price surge higher, then I would say probably, well, there's a potential of making 14%. Now this one slightly is a slight jump, so I would say probably about 3 to 4%. This is about 10%. And now, do you see that when the smart money failed to join in here, then there's the downside, all right? But the downside is kind of curved, is kind of limited, so probably about negative 4%. And this is the one that I told you earlier, that the reason why it's very interesting to identify this smart money opportunity, because the moment that we successfully join the ride, then we can potentially make a big money together with the surge, the price surge of the stocks. However, if we failed or the downside happens, then the damage is kind of limited for traders. Now, as per today, you can see that there's another opportunity indicated by the system here, telling you there's a potential incoming smart money here. Now, judging from looking back the 1 year historical price here, I would say this opportunity might drive the price higher between, I would say, 4% and 16%, which means that we can profit from this potential uptrend, given that the smart money comes and drive the price higher here. All right. Now, if you want to find out more about the TraderGPS, you can also check the link on the description below. Now let's take a look at the volatility trend chart so we can analyze the trend of the sentiment and take a look at this page. Well, let me first explain on how to read this chart. Well, this y-axis represents the level of the implied volatility, this x-axis represents the date, and then the blue color represents the put options and the red color represents the call options. Well, this green color represents the 50-day of moving average of the implied volatility, and the purple color represents the 200 days moving average of the implied volatility. Now, if you notice that the 50-day and the 200-day moving average of the combined volatility, they are trending up, means that, well, this indicates that the anxiety surrounding the stock is rising. However, for the short-term momentum traders, we focus more on the short-term sentiment or the short-term implied volatility level here. If you notice that the blue color is flipping down, well, this is the put option, is flipping down, and the red color, which represents the call options, is flipping up. So this situation shows that currently the market appetite is kind of bullish. But obviously, I would say this is at the cautious level, all right? So if ULTA capitalizes on holiday shoppings and post strong earnings, then I would say it could even potentially break the $420 level. However, if the consumer spending weakens further or ULTA meets expectations, then the stock could potentially drop to $350 level, which is testing its current support level. But you do not want to forget that for this ULTA stock, it has a very long-term support level at the price of $377, which is historically proven that it's very hard for the stock to drop beyond this or below this $377. So as per today, I would say that the current sentiment seems to drive up the price higher than $410 level, and potentially it move up the price further to test the $420 level. So that is all the analysis I have for this ULTA Beauty today. And if you believe my sharing is useful, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification so you don't miss out any good opportunities. And please leave any comments below if you want me to analyze your favorite stocks whenever the opportunity comes, so I can share more smart money insights for you. So see you at the next one, and trade smart.